Today we're gonna meet Monique, one of my good friends and SubTo community leaders, and we're gonna talk about how not only did she buy this house, but she bought this house receiving $109,000 the day she closed escrow. So think about that, buying a 5-bed house with no money out of pocket and also receiving $109,000 to get paid to buy the property. Well, it sounds easy, but the reality is this was an attorney, one of the most skeptical sellers on the planet, and Monique turned this seller from a skeptical seller into a partner who ended up doing 5 more deals with her. Let's hear the story from Monique herself by going in the house and taking a look. Guys, if you think real estate investing is easy, it really is not. And I get a lot of criticism. People go, Pace makes it look so easy. Guys, first and foremost, if all I did was tell you ugly stories about the things that are gonna happen, that assumes you're an idiot, because then I have to continually tell you things that are pretty obvious. It's like, oh my gosh, you're showing us how to work out and get 6-pack abs. You make it look so easy. Yo, dude, you know there's pain. You know when you go to the gym, you gotta have the pain to have the gain. Do you need your workout, let's say your coach, to tell you every single time you work out it's gonna hurt? No, because you're not an idiot. Real estate investing can be challenging. Even though she made $109,000 up front, it doesn't mean that like she was welcomed in here by a unicorn with rainbows popping out of its eyes. She had domestic violence stuff. Welcome to freaking real estate. You wanna be tough? Good, because Monique is. Okay, so that's so interesting. So you fill up the tenant. Obviously you never know, like tenants are a roll of the dice.
Yeah.
And this seller was an attorney, right?
Yes.
Okay, so what was it? He was super skeptical on the front end, right?
Yeah.
How did you win him over?
Well, I found this deal from one of my real estate agents who I've already purchased like 20 million in real estate. Mm-hmm. And we've successfully paid off those deals. So she was vouching for me at the beginning, which is how I even got my foot in the door. Then this house was already under contract for $620 with a primary buyer, but they had a home sale contingency.
Oh, those are the worst.
So they ended up...
Which means that the buyer that was going to buy this house from the attorney was trying to sell their house, and they basically offered this attorney, hey, we'll buy your house, but we have a contingency that says we don't have to buy this house until our other house sells. That sucks if you're the seller, if you're the attorney that owned this property. That freaking sucks. Nobody likes those deals. So was he already under contract when you first originally talked to him?
Yep, he was under contract.
And it fell apart?
He was under contract for 60 days.
Okay.
And then it fell apart.
Of course, this is why freaking sellers hate contingency offers, just FYI.
Yeah, so we ended up talking through it and then going over how this worked. The agent was on my side, so I got my foot in the door. Then we went over all of the mechanics, but we still, the negotiation on the note alone was 30 days.
Okay, cool. So you've got he originally was under contract for $620. What did you buy it for?
$585.
$585. You went out, secured a loan. How much money did you give him down?
$299,000.
Okay, so you give him $299, and then he carried the remaining balance plus kicked you back an extra $109,000.
Yes.
Freaking amazing. So he ended up netting in his pocket for his down payment probably $190,000.
Yeah, I think he had like $250. He owned the house, free and clear.
Got it. Okay, cool. Yeah. So your down payment came from a lender, obviously, probably a DSCR loan to some degree. Yep. You then got enough money that that $299 down payment, or essentially your $299 loan, and then he's carrying the remaining balance for how long?
10 years.
Freaking 10 years.
0% interest.
That's amazing. And what was your ultimate purchase price?
$585.
Wow, lower than the other people. That's pretty freaking awesome. So I want to point that out. Obviously, Monique's a great negotiator, has great credibility. She's done these deals a lot, which is awesome. It builds momentum. But one of the things I want to point out is some people go, oh, when you're using creative finance or the Morby method or whatever, what happens a lot of times is that people go, wow, so you're going to overpay for the property. You paid less money for the property than the cash buyer was going to pay.
Yes.
You're freaking badass, dude.
Thank you.
Amazing. So now you've kicked out the domestic violence situation.
Yes.
You had to clean up the property, probably do some carpet cleaning, just spruce it up, whatever. Are you going to turn this into a regular rental again?
Yes.
It seems like this neighborhood would justify just a regular renter.
Yeah. So we're doing workforce housing. We already had someone come look at this. Mm-hmm. There's a 15.
So like midterm rental?
No, they're going to be long-term. They're signing
one family?
One family, yes.
Okay, cool.
One family signing for 3 years. We have a 10-year lease signed right now because there's a $15 billion data center going.
I saw that on the news, dude. Okay, so that person is, you have a direct relationship with Microsoft, correct?
Yeah, Microsoft and I think it's Vanguard or whoever.
It pays to know Monique. You know what I'm saying? Like if you know her, you are going to get tied in with this stuff. So you could probably fill up a whole bunch of houses.
Yeah.
Especially since like that data center is probably going to attract a lot of high level people like engineers and whatnot. So you probably want to buy a ton of these deals.
Yes, I do.
Are you focusing primarily on this area?
No, I will buy anywhere. I would love to buy this whole neighborhood, but there's a lot of primary home buyers.
Should we go talk to that lady that tried to talk to us?
Yeah. Sounds like a great idea.
Guys, one of the very few downfalls to real estate investing is neighbors, okay? Here you are trying to make money, trying to make a big grip of money, and you got neighbors like these pesky people with their pesky little families trying to mess with my cash flow, you know what I'm saying? It is challenging because you want to keep the peace in the neighborhood, but you also at the same time need to position this property to make money. And you also never know what kind of tenants you're going to get into the property. Now, you're going to get a high quality tenant, I imagine, from Vanguard / the data center. But that previous tenant, it's not like you saw the red flags up front.
Oh no, they had an 800 credit score. They paid for 3 months rent. We rented this for $4,000. Like we had a ton of cash, ton of money. We would have never known. Okay,
show me this house so we can get some B-roll of this bad boy. What did you do anything to it? Did you paint it?
No, I've done literally nothing. I buy rent ready.
Wow, oh my gosh, this backyard is so sick. Is this just like standard for you guys?
Yeah, around here it is.
You're just like, hey, this is ugly. This is normal.
Yeah.
Oh wow, this is awesome. Wooded backyard. Did the attorney live here?
Yeah, this was his primary residence.
Okay, and then you went off and did more deals with him?
Yes.
Okay, so he had more of his own personal rentals he wanted to get rid of?
Yeah, he has 40-ish left, so I'm trying to...
Oh, you'll get all of those. Yeah. Knowing you'll get all of those bad boys.
I'm trying really hard.
Is this a neighborhood in this part of town, or is this like a B neighborhood?
A+.
A+, okay. This is like where all
See that pool over there?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty rare here, right?
Yeah.
Like people don't have pools.
No.
Will you guys get a lot of snow here?
We haven't really gotten that much snow, but maybe, I don't know, a foot or two.
Okay, dang, that's pretty good. But it gets super cold because you got the water right by you, right?
Yeah.
The wind chill gets super cold?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if we have a rough winter.
Dang, this is nice. Why was this guy selling?
He wanted to downsize.
Yeah, I can see that.
He's in his late 70s, so.
Okay, that makes sense. Like you got dual pane windows. That seems like that was maybe an addition at some point that you didn't have to do. He probably did that himself.
Yeah.
The house is probably 80s. Dang, this thing is big. So his kids, he probably owned this, had kids in here.
Yes.
Raised a family in here.
Mm-hmm. His son was living in it when he sold it.
Wow. If I lived in here, I would have been sneaking out the whole time. People want to do deals with you.
Yeah.
What do they do? How do they reach out?
I have a website.
Okay.
Monique Pasciak.
Pasciak.
Yeah. Polish.
I've always said it the wrong way.
Pasciak.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. I like that, Pasciak. They're gonna spell it wrong. Spell it for them, because I know how to spell it. I've just been pronouncing it wrong.
It's Pasciak. So that's MoniquePasciak.com.
Okay, so yeah, there ain't no way anybody else has that domain.
Nope.
Okay, so that's the best thing to do. Now, what do you want? You want private money lenders. You want people to collaborate with you. You want acquisition people. You want people to submit deals to you. What do you want?
Right now, definitely would love more lenders.
Okay.
I'm trying to purchase $200 million in the next 2 years.
Most of what you're doing is transactional lending, right? You just need money for like 2-3 days?
Yes and no. So yes for these types of properties, but I'm also doing RV parks, mobile home parks.
Let's you and I buy one together.
Well, I hear you have a $10 million one in Wisconsin.
Did you see that call this morning?
Yeah.
That was
I want in on it.
Did you hear his tax thing?
No.
Holy crap. Monique.
No, I didn't hear that.
The call this morning was so effing good. It wasn't the jam session. It was like in an RV park training I did this morning. It was like, that's why I was late. So, not late. My team knew I was not going to be here right on time, which is why we did the interview. But guys, Monique is incredible. You guys should work with her. Whether you're a private money lender, you want to get started with stuff, here's one of the best ways to get started in anything. find somebody who's already an expert at it, that already has the momentum, and ride their coattails, okay? Just don't go down in the basement with them. That's scary. In the comments down below, say Pennywise sucks. Tell Monique how awesome she is. We'll see you guys in another episode.